Ladies and gentlemen, g'day. Welcome back to the channel. Can I just say one thing? Who would have thought Wargaming, of all companies, would actually listen to the amount of feedback that we gave them on this tank right here, the 116 F3. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Wargaming decided to buff this tank. Now, I've been one of those people who have said from the very beginning that this tank is trash, or at least it was trash. I've advocated for this tank to be buffed for a long time, ever since it came out, amongst other content creators and other players. In fact, this was one of the tanks that we insisted that Wargaming buff as soon as it was released because it's so bad. It was deemed one of the worst tier 10 tanks in the game. And now, Wargaming have decided to buff the bloody thing. Not only did they buff the turret armor, which made it more, basically it gave it a better chance against all those pesky medium tanks that were firing pramo at the bloody thing, but they also gave it an auto-reloading gun. Yeah, it seems like we're currently in a meta right now, or in an age where everything needs an auto-loading gun or an auto-reloading gun. But boy, oh boy, has it changed the absolute dynamic of this tank. This tank is no longer a crap heap of a tank, but now it really is an absolute powerhouse that we're going to showcase in a replay right now. And we're going to showcase just how good the tank can be. And ironically, the person that we're going to be watching right now, his name in the game is Legendary 602 from the Four Kings clan. And boy, oh boy, does our man Legendary knows how to be a legend in this tank, because he absolutely rocks and rolls in this thing. According to what the people were telling me, this is an absolutely amazing replay. Now, I unfortunately couldn't find this replay. This is instead recorded from the Water Tanks Blitz or What Blitz Replays channel, so go check them out. The link to that video will be in the description below. This is an incredible replay, apparently, and we are going to see just how strong this tank has become, because, boy oh boy, Wargaming, good on you for actually buffing a tank that needed a buff from the get-go. It didn't need to be introduced the way it was. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let us watch our good friend, Legendary. Righto, so here he is rocking and rolling on Malinovka. And this is no simple map. This is not a simple map at all to play. This genuinely is a difficult map to play with a heavy tank like this. And considering the fact that he's playing on not just any Malinovka map, he's playing on the old Malinovka map. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He's playing on the old Malinovka map. And why is this map a difficult map to play in a heavy tank? Well, all those hills you see on the end there are perfect opportunities for those two Jaegeroos and an FV215B183 to absolutely sling shots at our good protagonist over here. And immediately, we see there is an M6 right on the end there. He gets a nice shot into the sides over there. Gets another shot into there. You can see the auto-reloader absolutely going ham on that M6 There's another tank over there, the STRV-K, that he needs to worry about. But again, this STB, God knows what he thought, why he thought it was a good idea to basically go head first. Nice high-rolling shot there into the M6 proving that this auto-reloading gun really can rock and roll if you use it correctly. Again, what I was saying about the STB-1, no idea what he was doing moving up here. This STRV-K, he's got to watch out, because our protagonist over here can penetrate him all day long. I believe that's an FV215B over there on the corner behind the windmill, or rather behind the... yeah, it is a windmill, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is. Anyways, regardless. Let's have a look at our protagonist over here. Actually, wait, before we do that, before we see Legendary, he absolutely obliterates this poor STRV-K. Have a look at the map. Look where Legendary is situated, and look where the rest of his team is. What the bloody hell's going on here? Have a look here. Look at that. The team is all the way at the end there, towards the middle of the map on this side of his side of the map. And old mate over here, Mr. Legendary, is right in the thick of it. Yeah, that tells you a lot about the team that Mr. Legendary is currently in. Anyways, let's get back into it. So there he goes. He gets one shot into the STRVK. The STRVK bounces him. Gets another shot into the lower plate. Here we go. Rocking and rolling. One more shot. Beautiful shot into there. And he gets a nice bounce on the front of his whole armor. How do you like them apples? Now, he do needs to keep in mind there is a Chieftain Mark 6 there. The Chieftain Mark 6 can be a devastating breed indeed. Righto. So, as I was saying, before we were rudely interrupted by that ad there, what was I going to say? The tank over here is quite devastating. It's quite devastating. You can see that Wargaming really did change the dynamic of this tank by quite a lot. Now, do keep in mind, the enemy team is 6 tanks up, and his team only has 4 tanks, so it's going to be a bit of a pickle here. The FV215B does get a shot into the lower plate there on our good friend Legendary. The IS-7 has come finally to come and help our good protagonist over here. The SCRVK bounces again. He gets a nice shot into him. The IS-7 gets a shot into the M60. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are rocking and rolling right now. And I almost forgot the 116 F3 does indeed have reactive armor. So here we go. Switches to HE. Fires at HE on the arse of that Chieftain Mark 6, goes for the FV215B. He was going for the IS-7. The IS-7's down. Here we go. He's in a 2 versus 1 situation right now. They're both technically one shots. Well, I mean, the Chieftain can probably take more than a shot, but you know, regardless, to see what happens. The Chieftain Mark 6 is going to say, you know what, mate, I want some of you. I want some of your hit points. Come on. Come at me, bros. Come at me. Our protagonist over here is on 5,174 damage. He's on 1 kill. He's bounced 2,500 DPM. 2,500 damage. Kills the FV. FV misses him by a country mile. The Chieftain Mark 6 is coming up now. He is angling and wiggling and jiggling. Unfortunately, takes a shot there. Now, you're probably wondering what he's doing. He's reloading his gun. He doesn't have a lot of gun depression. He gets a shot into him. Here we go. The Chieftain Mark 6 bounces a shot, and obviously, Legendary gets that kill on the Chieftain Mark 6. Hell yeah, brother. Look at the carnage that's going on there. Absolutely beautiful. And Legendary is on 5,851 damage. He's blocked almost 3,000 damage, and he's on 3 kills. And there's still 2 more tanks to go with plenty of hit points left to basically seek out. There is still almost a full hit point Jaegeru there. There is his platoon mate there in the, I believe, the Grille. There he goes. 1 shot into him. 2 shots into him. Here we go. Gets a 3rd shot into him. There we go. Beautiful. 7,103 damage. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Is the Grill going to get that last kill? Yes, he is. Boy, oh boy, was that an absolutely incredible match and a beautiful showcase of what can happen when you absolutely rock and roll in the brand new 116 F3. And I say brand new because this literally is like a brand new tank. It's a completely different kettle of fish. It is so good right now. It is so good. Honestly, look at those medals. Look at those medals. Steel Wall. He's got the Ace Mastery. He's got the high caliber. 7,103 damage. Almost 3,000 blocked. 3 killed. 7 non-penetrations on the tank. Wargaming have really made this thing a force to reckon with. Honestly, I never would have thought that I'd see the day where the 116, as shit as it was, would come back way better than it ever was and absolutely just go to work on all these other tanks. And here it is. This is the new contender for being one of the greats at tier 10 in terms of a heavy tank. It seriously is a good contender. And who would have thought? From being one of the worst tanks, if not the worst tank at tier 10, to being one of the greats. It's absolutely incredible the transformation that this tank has gone under, or rather has undergone. And I applaud Wargaming for what they've done. This really is a proper transformation. So kudos to you, Wargaming, for making this tank what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that replay as much as I did. It really is a showcase of this tank being just leagues above what it was before. Honestly, who would have thought giving this tank an auto-reloader with 3 shells and buffing the turret armor can completely and utterly change the the playstyle of this thing and the way this thing plays. It's unbelievable. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the 116, if you think it's now actually a very good tank to play. Do you hate coming up against it now? I'd love to know your feedback on this and what you thought. As always, ladies and gentlemen, look after yourselves, look after your friends and family. Peace in the Middle East and everywhere else in this bloody beautiful world. And as always, I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye-bye.